This movie opens in a male prison where the inmates are working out. Shortly after, an alarm goes off, telling all the prisoners to go back to their cells. An inmate had blackmailed Sam, a prison guard, into delivering contraband. He threatened to expose Sam if he didn't comply, threatening to put Sam in the same prison and put him under his control. Feeling threatened, Sam attacked the inmate and was severely beaten, cutting his face. When Tim and the other guards questioned Sam about what had happened, Sam lied, saying the inmate had been bothering him for some time. He claims he only asked the inmate to return to his cell, but the inmate refuses. Sam claims that after asking the prisoner again and getting no response, he pushed them until they seized him and struck him in the head in self-defense. It is decided that Sam will be moved to the tower. A few days later, we see Sam on the roof, where he observes strange activity in the yard and utilizes the prison telescope to get a closer look. When an altercation breaks out among the prisoners, Sam pulls the emergency alarm. The guards then grab their tear gas and take up positions along the roof. As the fight goes on, several prisoners are struck by the gas. When the fighting doesn't stop, the guards fire warning shots, forcing the prisoners to lay on the ground. However, just as the black prisoner accidentally hits the other black prisoner, the fully armed guards enter the yard and begin shackling the prisoners one by one. Meanwhile, Sam, who is still on the rooftop, realizes his error. Tim, Ed Simmons, and Warden Mills talk about the shooting. Tim stands up for Sam. Gordon Mills becomes enraged and demands to know why Sam was in the tower and where he should be moved next. Tim responds that they felt it was better to keep Sam apart from the other prisoners because of the prior event in which Sam was attacked and hurt. Ed advises moving Sam to driving the perimeter or to the receiving or discharge department. Tim keeps defending Sam and questions the need for his reassignment, but Warden Mills orders Sam to be moved to the women's prison over Ed and Tim's objections and declares a lockdown. We follow Sam as he gets to the women's prison and watches the female inmates as they make seductive advances toward him, some of them even holding their chests and suggesting they should be searched. Cherry notices Sam as she walks into the classroom. Miriam McCluskey notices the excessively cordial exchange between Cherry and Sam and asks who sent Sam to the women's prison. He clarifies that it was for his personal safety following an event in the male prison, to which Mayim has warned him that the female convicts are the same as the male inmates and that she intends to utilize him in her lecture on human evolution. In the break room, Cherry uses a mirror to see Sam, who is standing at the rear of the classroom while the guards talk about the distinctions between the women's prison and the men's maximum security prison. Sam jokes that he feels like he's on vacation today, comparing the men's prison to a forest. However, other guards tell him to wait and see what happens when the women go to bed. They tell him the inmates will tell fake stories to get his attention and complain about guards watching them as they change clothes. The prisoners also explain the special risks of the women's prison and advise Sam to behave like a robot, following all the rules precisely at bedtime. Finally, they lock each cell one by one until they find an inmate with a phone that has been confiscated. After being told to lock the next cell, Sam finds Cherry, who is posing as a magazine reader, and checks in with her. He asks if she's okay, and she says yes. He then asks for Cherry's cell to be closed and resumes his work. The next day, as the prisoners pass by, Sam is waiting by the door of the classroom. One of them purposefully bumps into Cherry, grabbing his Jacobs and saying, "I'll see you tonight." A female guard tells him to get his act together, or else these women will take advantage of his desperation. That evening, when Sam tells the prisoners to turn off their bunk lights, he walks over to Cherry's cell and finds her naked. Unaware that everything is being captured on video, Sam is overcome with emotion as he keeps staring at her. The following day, he is in the control room when Cherry begins acting strangely. She tells him that she is experiencing pain in her flank so that he can take her to the infirmary, but on the way, she drags Sam beneath the unguarded stairwell, which is reportedly a popular spot for hookups. Sam tries to resist for a mere 5 seconds before giving up, seemingly to demonstrate that he is completely unfit for the position. After Cherry gets all praying mantis, stabs Sam several times in the neck, making it appear as though she defended herself. She then crawls out of the stairwell screaming for help. seemingly trying to make it appear that she survived an attack from the guard and that her killing was justified.